Welcome, Atlanta United family, to another episode of Resurge the Spike ATL with FILA Sports Podcast. Here with Tommy. Tommy's, got a beautiful background back there. Looks pretty relaxed.
It's
So
real. It's not like a fake, not a fake background.
yeah, this is not like some trick that we're pulling up or pulling up the sleeve. No, it's real.
Hey, I'm
But
glad it's dressed as your favorite disappointment day. We both got our disappointment shirts on.
Oh man, I didn't even really notice you had a Man United, man. What's up with the Uniteds lately? I mean, are they just agree to be miserable, or make the fans miserable at least?
Yeah, they're united and making us miserable.
Yeah, I mean, but going into Atlanta United, I mean, last week, we were going into the Chicago game, which we saw Atlanta pull a 4-1 win. A good win at home, which we saw Ronaldo Cisneros being the man of the match. Undoubtedly, I mean, he had that hat trick, within like, I don't know what's the record. I know it was the fastest record in Atlanta United history. I know that for sure, but it was good
It
to
was
see how he
not. It was not the
wasn't it
fastest one.
really.
No, I guess there was like a technicality. I mean, technically, in the time that it actually took for him to do, it was it was the shortest. I don't know. It's something like because he scored like Joseph must have scored like a minute into the first minute of the second half and his. So and he technically scored like 5 minutes of extra time or whatever it was because Miles was out. So uh I guess it's whichever way you want to look at it. Like most actual soccer minutes, I think it was the record, but I don't know, something stupid.
Yeah, I mean, for Atlanta, I mean, it was a good one at home. Like I said, it was honestly like one of those performances that, I mean, overall, the first half was, I could say, perfect. The only thing that was not perfect was the fact that we had one of our pillars and our captain go down, Miles Robinson, which is the main subject of that game. Honestly, the win, in my opinion, came secondhand when it came to the actual results. You have Miles basically gone for the season. Now he's in doubt for the World Cup. I mean, I don't know how fast he's gonna be able to recover. I doubt that he's gonna make it, in my opinion. Some people speculate that with how things have advanced, it's
Cam
unlike.
Akers. Cam Akers
Yeah,
from the LA Rams. He came back in like I don't know, it's like something ridiculous. Like short time. I don't remember what it was, but I mean the odds of him coming back are slim to none.
yeah, and honestly, I know I'm kind of like just realizing that I'm like my nose is so stuffed and I sound like so constipated. I just realized that, but yeah, I mean, we have
Constipated and nose are two totally different things.
not constipated. What the hell? Congested. What the hell did I say constipated for?
I I don't
Uh,
know.
I really don't know, but yeah, that was so dumb. James over here talking about this young locked it up for us. I
Man
mean,
bun. Man
yeah,
bun's gonna lock it up.
yeah. Joshua, something needs to be done with these injuries. Pineda or something. Needs to be questioning the medical staff. I mean, we had a big discussion. I mean, and this seems like literally ages ago that we were having this discussion about like this Miles situation, since we had probably one of the most chaotic weeks, honestly. But with Atlanta United, with the injuries, I mean, some people blame the turf, some it's a matter of luck, the others is the training staff. I mean, the medical staff, whatever. I mean, it's tough to say, man, and it's just tough to like really point down to one specific thing. I mean, we could be sitting here and like give stats about like all these turf injuries and compare to grass, but it's tough, man. Like I said, just to really point down to something specifically, it really is.
Well, let's go back. So Atlanta wins 4-1, right?
Yeah,
And I don't know. Besides that terrible game that happened the week before, which now I forget what. Oh, it was the Montreal match, right? Yeah,
yeah,
Montreal was the
like
terrible game. But before that, I thought the team looked almost exactly the same as they looked in Charlotte, as they looked in Miami, as they looked in Cincinnati. Like, they were attacking. They got an opportunity. The only difference was they scored, right? Like, that was like, we could say all those games were almost exactly the same, except they just didn't score. And that's, I mean, obviously the most frustrating part. And obviously Cisneros, I mean, just had an amazing game. And uh, he wasn't forcing it. And it almost looked like Joseph in a couple moves, right? How he just dribbled a little bit more to get the goaltender completely out of place, and then scores. So that was nice to see. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I didn't see much of a difference as far as the attack goes. Like, nothing special, like nothing different. Like, some people were saying it seemed like it was a lot different. Their passing was a little bit faster, a little less dribbling. Doug Robertson. But I mean, I mean, no matter what, I mean, it was almost the exact same game. So I was overall happy with that. And then obviously the injury, like, it sucks. And like, I know people are gonna blame the turf or blame the staff, and maybe they take a look at it and maybe they switch it up. But I think there's an argument for both sides. But like, Ozzy Alonso is a grown ass man. He knows how to prepare himself and how to work out and get ready for matches. He's been around forever. So I don't think that somehow the coaching staff just changed everything that he does prior, and now he tears his, it was his Achilles too, right?
Yeah. No, no. It was his ACL. Alonso
Oh,
was his
ACL.
ACL.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like, I don't really follow that. And with the turf, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's part of it. I think that it could be a small part of it, but I don't think it's 100% of what it is. But I mean, we've seen Falcons players have non-contact injuries. I mean, it's really sad that we know what an Achilles injury is, right? Like, we
Yeah.
immediately know when you see it, and you absolutely knew that Miles has had. So I mean, you see it. It's just I think that it's slowly part of it. I mean, it's a small part, but I think a lot of it's just bad luck.
Yeah, but what's curious to me, I mean, is the fact that even guys that have came in recently or within the last year or so, I mean, these guys, I mean, have been having injuries. Sosa being well, not Sosa's a different case. A hernia, I wouldn't even count that as an injury. But Franco Barr was a guy that has missed a lot of games. Araujo
He
missed
got
a
taken
couple of
out
games.
though, but from what I remember, that Almada, or I'm sorry, the Ibarra. I mean, that was a hit. I'm pretty sure someone ran into him hard. From what
No,
I
but I mean, he
remember,
had some muscle issues even prior to that, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that because he didn't like when he came in. It's not like he started it like right immediately. I mean, I think he came and like got injured or something like that. But
he got hurt on
um,
Father's Day last year, and that was when he was out for that real extended time. I remember he got hurt on that during that game, and I'm pretty sure it was like a pretty decent hit on him. And I mean, yeah, he was in pain, and like, I didn't think we were going to see him for the rest of the year. And then he got tackled pretty hard in that preseason game, which took him out again. And that was, I think that one was in Mexico. I don't remember. But I mean, he
yeah,
got he got messed up there. So I mean, I don't know. Like, we can argue every one of these injuries. I saw people like putting the thing about Gutman like last night. Like, there's nothing to do with anything. Like, that was a hard hit on his shoulder. Like,
yeah, it
and it's
really
not like
was.
he's
I mean,
not
that
working
was
out.
really like honestly really unfortunate just because the way that he landed. I mean, there was really nothing that either the other player or Gutman really could have done about it, or either one did about it to cause it. So I mean, that is really tough luck, honestly. But what I mean, we're not even the guy that we forgot to mention as well, Caleb Wiley. He's another one that came off injured with an ankle. Like his ankle got caught up in a tackle, or if I'm not mistaken. So he's another guy that I don't know if he's even questionable, or I don't know how if they've even came out with a time frame on how long he's gonna be out. So I mean, we need more depth on that left wing without a doubt. Now getting into the
Is this where we cry about Jake Moraney? Is this where we cry about him and the 250K of Gam? I see
yeah, I
all I see
mean,
all the the Jake Mulroney, I love you posts that come down here. Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
It is what it is. Wiley is our best winger. Okay, we can agree on something there for once. Okay. I mean, he's probably one of our best. I mean, he's really not even a natural winger, right? Like, I mean, I guess he's a back, but like, I mean, he's definitely,
He's considered
um,
more of a left back round, right?
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I understand.
I mean, he's definitely been uh fantastic, but I think he was injured. Like, he got hurt, and then they brought him into. He was okay. Like, he was okay. He dressed and he came into the game. Then he got hurt again, and now we're just waiting for him. Getting
Oh
rid of Jake
snap!
Mulroney was
Oh
not
snap! Here
stupid.
are the
Uh
comments. Here's the comments.
Here we
Here's
go.
the comments. Get rid of.
Here we go. Before I get upset here, getting rid of Jake Mulroney was not so stupid. Like, I
I
understand why
mean,
people were sad
yeah,
about it.
no, and
I get it.
I definitely do understand it. I mean, and I mean, look, just from my understanding, if somehow eventually this is able to get invested into something that actually ends up being worth it, then it's not gonna look like, I mean, a stupid move. But man, that that comments got me cracking up.
If he a child, I don't even know how old this one is. Yesterday, I was told he was like 7 feet tall and like 300 pounds. I think was in there when I was yelling last night. Is he 12? Is he 12?
I'm
Now I'm
not
going to feel
sure. I'm
terrible.
not sure how old James is, honestly. I
His name is
mean,
James. Oh no, I thought you were talking about Zilf or whatever.
oh, no, no, no. I don't know his. Oh no, I do know his actual name, but
Is he
nah.
10? Is he 10 years old? Like, and now I'm going to feel terrible. He's younger than. Oh, I'm 16. Okay, whatever. I could bully you then. You're
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, I mean it's just funny, man, because you guys never tend to agree on anything. That's why it's hilarious,
It's what
man.
makes it fun. But like, Jake Mulroney is like he's sure he's had his moments, right? He has moment again when he scored that game winner at the end of the year, and then he ended up scoring the game winning goal, what, against Charlotte or whatever. Like, it's fine, but you don't have if you have an opportunity to get rid of a guy that's probably being a little bit overpaid on your team and get the money and be able to open up that spot for later, because you probably need it later. You don't need Jake Mulroney later in the season. You, at this time, you probably need either another winger, another natural winger, or you need, obviously now because of Robinson, you might need another center back with it. And sometimes you can't just go get rid of some of these players and open up a spot for, easy. The team came to you last minute. They offered you 250K GAM. I don't even think it was really about the 250K GAM. I think it was more about opening that spot. Yes, it puts you in a bad situation for 60 days, um, but I think that spot's going to be more useful. And I don't know. I mean, how many? I highly doubt that people were begging for Jake Mulroney to be on their team. It was kind of a situation where Orlando was out a couple guys. It sucks that it's Orlando, 100%. But if the position becomes open and you know that you need to fill this coming up, and you were planning on opening a position, because there's a chance here, and I know that there's some Eric Lopez fans in this group here. But Eric
So
Lopez, if he is not, if he's not, if they don't renew his or buy his contract, right? They renew the loan or buy the contract. We can't fill that U22 spot. So Tommy, shut up. Okay, whatever. You can't fill it. So Eric Lopez isn't coming in back to play for this team. I highly doubt it. I think if they don't renew it, they'll try to find some other sucker to take his terrible contract with his terrible play. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
what's
Johnny,
up,
John. I mean, not Johnny. I don't know why I was thinking of Johnny, but
Johnny Five?
yeah. No, what's up, John? He was on here with us last week. Hopefully we could get him on here soon. Actually just sent the link to somebody that said that they were about to hop in. But yeah, I mean, but a subject that just real quick before we leave the Chicago game aside, with the torn Achilles for Miles. I mean, we basically that big role has to be filled in the back. Who do you see either, we know that Campbell's somewhat lacking still, that first team level to a certain degree. At the beginning and last season, he was also great, but now he just, seems to have
brain farts.
yeah, I
Call him
mean,
brain
it
farts.
just hasn't been good. I mean, oh snap. Oh
What's
snap.
up,
Who's that?
fellas?
Yeah, that's James. That's one of the guys
Do you
that
like my
was
hat?
also
I have
here.
the Open U.S. Open hat for the Open Cup.
Oh
Oh,
snap.
Special
Yeah.
occasion.
Look, now getting to that, yeah, but I mean, before we get into the match last night, which oh Lord, man, oh man, but
random
with
thing about Lamar Hunt. I'm sorry. I googled Lamar Hunt to find out a little bit about him last night, and that dude literally has done he owned 3 MLS teams at once. Like that's insane. Like you would like a quarter of the league probably at some point. He named the Super Bowl. He like ran like the silver business. I was when they were just blowing the game, I had to look up other things. So I just looked up what Lamar Hunt was, and boy, like it's just a whole world of Lamar Hunt. Like he owned, and then the Chiefs, like he moved the Chiefs from Houston to Kansas City. Crazy. Okay, sorry, go back. I'm done ranting.
yeah,
That's good info.
on Miles Robinson situation though, like who do you personally see first of all though, I mean we haven't even introduced yourself, man, like you just came in here like barging
I,
like this is your house,
I
man.
barged in. I'm here for
No,
the.
but I mean,
Oh,
you introduced yourself last time you were on here. It's just you didn't have a camera on or anything. But
nah, I'm
James,
here
I
now.
mean, if you just want to introduce yourself real quick, I mean,
Is the mic quality better at least?
yeah, I
I
mean, it's
got the
definitely
wires
sounding
now.
better than last time, dude. Yeah.
I'm representing the Zilf community today.
Oh God, get him out of here! Get him
So
out of here!
no. Yeah, I'm James. Cloud Miss 26, probably the best Twitter account out there. So make sure to follow me. But you probably all are, so it doesn't matter. But I'm here. I'm here
All
to talk.
right. I like that attitude, man. I like that.
Wait, hold on. I gotta grab some. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All
He's
right, but
gone.
you know, no, seriously. I mean, with Atlanta United, I mean that role has to be filled with Miles Robinson. I mean, there's guys like the young Campbell, Franco. I mean, which obviously he's more one of our main starters. Which he's been also questioned a lot, recently by some of his performance individually. We've kind of seen them a little static at times, but who do you guys see being that Miles Robinson quote unquote replacement for the season?
I think it's coming this summer. I feel like we gotta sign another center back, but I think Dejan can hold it down for a little bit. I mean, Dejan hasn't been tore. I love you. Dejan hasn't been terrible thus far, so I'm gonna continue to rely on him for now. So
Yeah, I agree. I even think Sosa has an opportunity of possibly if you're in an emergency situation to have him come in for it, because Ibarra is making it very hard to take him out of the lineup at the position that he has. And I love the physicality. We have not had a player of that physicality. I mean, Alonso did a little bit of it when he was in, but it was just such a short span that really hasn't stuck with me. But Ibarra is the little ball of hate, and it's nice to see him out there. And I mean, he led to one of the Chicago goals. Like he just went in and I mean, he made a huge tackle that ended up starting the goal.
Yeah,
So
the
I mean,
second goal. Yeah.
I mean, I've enjoyed Ibarra, and he looks worlds better than he did last year.
Yeah. I mean, now getting into the next subject, just a little something before though. Hold up.
what's that?
For all of those that had their hopes up, including myself, for the ones that in halftime were talking trash, like myself, that were on Twitter Space talking trash, like myself, it's a shame. It's a shame, honestly. What like this club has like
Should I pour one
honestly
out? Pour one out for him?
pour,
Oh
pour one
shit!
for
I
the
didn't mean to
homies,
do
Come
man.
that.
on.
You might get it on
Ooh.
your shoes, bro. No, but seriously, man, it's really like, man, you just don't know how to, unless you go through it and like you are actually like really follow Atlanta United, then you really don't know how disappointing really it was. Going into the first half, you have a 2-0 lead. Man, I mean, come on, man. I don't even know how to explain. I mean, what we were thinking in the second half. James, give me some insight on what the hell you think,
We
man.
did against
Honestly,
Chicago, but we got away with it. But we didn't get away with it this week, obviously. Yeah. Halftime was fun though. I really enjoyed that, but I don't know. We'll be back in a week and a half. I'll tell you that. I'll be in the building. I'll be in Nashville representing the Mirrorball community with my new scarf. If you saw the picture, I might actually do that, but I don't know. But I hate these Nashville fans, especially on Twitter. But
Oh, you know what, guys? I've been dealing with Nashville fans for a very long time. I'm a huge hockey fan, and ever since the Nashville Predators
the
have come into the league,
Predators. Oh,
they're the
I hate
absolute
them too.
worst. Their fans are terrible. But I will say, like, their hockey games are like soccer games where they have chants and stuff for certain things, and I want to kill every single fan for it. So, yeah, I can't stand the Nashville Predators. So I've been prepared for this, and like last night, I looked at my wife and I was like, I hate these fans too.
yeah. I mean,
The worst.
it's with Nashville. I mean, like Josh was saying over here. Yeah. I mean, we even got help from the ref. Legitimately, we robbed their team of a goal. I was actually bragging about it. I was like, "Are you serious? That's what it actually feels like to rob other teams." Like, this is nice, man. I mean, no wonder other teams do it to us so often. Like, damn. But it was pathetic, man.
If that was a penalty kick, then 1,000,000% the Brooks Lennon PK in Miami that didn't get called was 100 times the penalty. Like, that was insane. Like, that was barely he was touched, but it was not enough. Like, that Brooks Lennon one, he was definitely tackled way more, and that wasn't called a PK. I know there's no VAR, it sucks, but just absolutely ridiculous that was a PK. And honestly, that was just a downfall. Like, I mean, who knows? But that definitely changed a big part of the game. There was just that penalty. It was like 5 minutes in or 3 minutes into the half, like just ridiculous. And Pineda said that the team couldn't come back from it, and I mean, that's also part of the coach too, right? Like, that's 100% part of the coach to settle the team down, and they did not settle down. And then, I mean, then the subs happened, and then it was all a disaster from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just curious to see like the attitude that changes, just from the first half to the second. I mean, there was somewhat of an answer, after that penalty kick that went against Atlanta United. I remember it clearly because we were talking about it on Twitter Spaces. There was like all this smoke that was covering the Tennessee Titans soccer club
Yes.
team. Goalkeeper, but I mean, it went off the crossbar, and I was like, all right, we're gonna come back with something. But I mean, after that, we really lacked that direct play, pressing, and yeah, I mean, just the whole team itself like just fell off. Hats off to Luis Araújo though. I mean, that guy, I mean, he's I don't know what the hell he has in his legs, firecrackers or something that just makes him freaking be on his toes all the time or whatever. But I mean, shout out to him, man.
No, I mean, super shout out, because last season he was useless in the second half. He did not do a single thing in the second half of any game that he started. He was completely disappeared as soon as the 45th minute started. So that was honestly the biggest takeaway for me for that game, was like Araújo's playing a 90-minute game. I mean, he played longer than that, right? And even in extra time, he just kept going. I mean, he almost scored twice. I mean, I think he had our only opportunities basically in extra time. So that's definitely something that I was worried about going into the season, was seeing if Araújo can play a second half, and we haven't really had an opportunity to see that. And we saw it, and so far, so good.
Yeah, we need that more than ever without the depth at that position. So I mean, that was nice. He looked like the only one that cared. I remember thinking that he's like the only one still going at it. Well, that was our only attack because we subbed out all the other guys. So, but yeah, we had really good chances in the second half of extra time, but ugh, we could.
Amada looked beat. Amada looked exhausted. Like, and even the terrible announcers were saying that. I guess we could talk about the announcers in a little bit.
Lord, don't get me even
Ronaldo,
started with that.
The runs for Almada were terrible. He was 2 steps ahead of everyone, and the runs weren't being made simply, and he was frustrated with that. So,
yeah. You know, getting into another player, I want to hear you guys' opinion because I don't want to say it's leaning one way, but a lot of people are Shuttleworth out more than Shuttleworth in. So I want to get your guys' opinion on what that position may end up looking like in the near future.
I mean, I don't see it changing, but Shuttleworth has done nothing. He gets like 2 saves a game. He doesn't really get challenged much, but he doesn't do much. Yeah, I think so. And yeah, I would like to see RN get a go one day, but I mean, I don't know. It's just shrugs at the goalkeeper spot. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Shuttleworth, in my opinion, has done nothing, and he seems I think John said it. Like, he just stands there. He doesn't make a decision. He's not confident.
I mean, he didn't even he went down on one knee on that penalty kick. Like, he didn't even try to go one way. Just completely froze. And I mean, he looks lost. And you know, I think that first game that he started, he made like 2 really good passes. And I was like, oh, maybe we got a guy that can actually pass. But then he was shit. I mean, he could not take a pass to save his life yesterday. I was like, that's Guzan back there. Like, that was absolutely terrible. He just kept booting it out of bounds and just giving them the ball back. And like, it's, you know, this prevent defense is not working.
Man, we had it so good, man. Honestly, I mean, we had our criticism, you know, for Guzan at times, you know, where we felt like he could have done a little something, you know, extra to prevent a goal or two, but at the end, I mean, he was a good goalkeeper. I mean, now we're stuck with Shuttleworthless. I mean, that's really the bottom line. Shuttleworth is just a body. He's just in there to throw the attacker off.
That didn't even work. That didn't work.
I agree
at all. That extra time goal. It was like a scene from the Mighty Ducks where like the best player on the Mighty Ducks is like going around 5 people and then just somehow still scores. Like, that was ridiculous. George Campbell has caused so. I'm gonna start. And my dogs are pissed off now. This is what happens.
Yeah, that's Georgie. Yeah.
I mean, there's been so many plays where if he just dives down and tries to stop it, he would maybe get a chance of stopping something, but he doesn't do it. He just stays on his feet. I mean, the blonde tips look great, but that's it.
Oh yeah. Well, like literally, it's like
I had blonde tips back in the day. I look good, but not George Campbell good.
Yeah. And with Shuttleworth, he just he stands there. He's like the meme where he's like, my guy froze, hasn't moved for 40 minutes. He's just there.
You know, I want to get back to this comment that he said about Rocco Rios Novos. I mean, I was honestly hoping that he was gonna get the start yesterday and that Shuttleworth was gonna be the MLS goalkeeper, you know, and you know, give Rios Novos the opportunity, you know, to get some minutes in with the first team, but apparently I don't know if Pineda just doesn't trust him. I'm not sure what the issue is there. Really, we haven't really heard anything that, you know, he's been outstanding or, you know, really nothing about Rios Novos.
Yeah, I mean, he should have gotten a go yesterday, but I'm not mad if he gets a go in another game because Shuttleworth isn't showing me that he should be in there. So I think RRN should get minutes, but it's in that situation where you're like, do we throw him in there? But, you know, an open cup is perfect for that. So.
Yeah. Also, another comment going back here as well. Josh Simmons talking about Marcelino Moreno was very good yesterday. Yes. And Doug, I know you don't like it, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's just for the good of the team. Even though we ended up losing, but it's all good for the good of the team. I mean, he really did stood out for me as well yesterday, as well as in the Chicago Chicago game this past weekend. I mean, saw him get an assist, I believe. I mean, he looked pretty good. You know, his movement, his passing was quick. Didn't try to dribble too much. I think he maybe listened to Doug. I don't know.
Yeah, he had a nice pass on that first goal. I'll say that.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, I know, right? No, but I mean,
Oh, quick note about Doug. He was talking about Gutman. I was like, "What do you think of Gutman?" And he commented back, "He's a good player." And I'm like, "That's the analysis I need from my reporter right there." He's a good player.
I saw
But
you comment. I really wasn't. I saw that comment seriously, but I didn't know he actually replied to it.
yeah, he's like, "He's good." He's like, "Thank you. That's what I need to know."
Yeah, yeah. What if Doug said that to fire up more? I don't know. Something had to be said in that house though, because I mean, even his wife came back clapping, on social media back at Doug. So I don't know.
Doug's
Poor
just the
Doug.
mastermind. We're
Yeah,
just living
honestly,
in his
man.
world.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's these guys and these comments, bro. They
We
have
love
me.
Doug.
Yeah.
Doug's like that weird father. He's just, I don't know. He's out and about in Nashville yesterday, just snapping selfies with everything. He's a cool guy, but
Have you ever listened to his podcast? Like when he like takes a
no.
sip of coffee. So he does it, and like he's like apparently a coffee guy, and like he's by himself. He does the podcast by himself, and he'll just be like, the first couple times you did it, you hear him, you go, and like you slurp it as loud as he could. And like now he's like advertising different coffee brands and like and stuff like when he's on there. Like he's got something going there.
Yeah. I mean, the $1 subscriptions aren't really coming in, I guess. So, gotta do
I won't
something.
pay the dollar.
Oh,
I'd rather just
sadly.
pay the Athletic and read them.
What's up, Kenneth?
Welcome.
Yeah, man. Man, honestly, just yesterday, I mean, it was just frustrating, just the way that everything went. It just, like I said at the beginning of like when we started talking about the Nashville game, um, at halftime we're all talking smack, like, yeah, we got this, and for a lot of us that didn't turn out, well. But now we have another injury to Andrew Gutman, which now that makes him questionable for at least the upcoming game.
Questionable is good though. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the New England Patriots hiding things, but usually when things are bad, they announce it's bad. Unless he didn't get the test done and they're waiting for test results. The questionable is very good, but I don't see him playing this weekend at all.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
definitely don't
Wiley's
see that.
back.
Yeah,
For
definitely. I mean, you would hope that he's back. I mean, he didn't travel with the team to Nashville, but there's still no word on him whether he's going to be available.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Ronnie at left back. I'll tell you that. That's not something I would like to see on Sunday. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely getting into that game Sunday. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to approach that game when it comes to, the wing, especially with that left side. I mean, it's gonna be difficult because Carles Hill is a player that he's very dangerous in that right side. They're a team that tried to play more from the wings and try to open up that space. So I feel like it's gonna be important that whoever's back there is a good defensive presence. So I don't know, man. Whoever it is just has to step up. That's what it really comes down to. I mean, just whatever you have available, like what you have there is what you hope that is gonna solve whatever you have to do at this point. I mean, you just have to hope these guys start coming back.
When does next man up just become no man up? Like, I mean, it's a serious thing. Like, we're not getting into the Jake Moore or anything yet, but like, just in general, like you're just running out of guys, and like the MLS rules from the stupid things that I've read about it is like each guy could get like X amount. I think 3 emergency call ups or 4 or whatever it is, like per player. But like you're running out of people, like, and that's concerning. I mean, just in general, like Machop Chol, and are you hiding from the underneath the? Okay.
Yeah, I keep getting blocked off, man. This is disrespectful.
Yeah, it's just the comments, man. They
Josh is
write like a whole
typing the
paragraph.
paragraphs, and I'm gone. No, it's fine. But yeah,
But yeah, like I mean, you're running out of guys for sure, and I mean, obviously help is coming. I think you could probably sign somebody then from Atlanta United because like you're not going to be able to fill all these guys with players, right? Like I mean, I know you only get a certain amount of replacement player money for each one, and we basically signed Rocco's Rios. So I mean, that was kind of like our big signing. I think that was like the Guzan replacement, but you still got
yeah,
like 3 or 4 guys left. You still got to bring on.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
what do you think for New England? What is the approach? Do you see rotations given the fact that we had 120 minutes of playtime midweek?
I mean,
Aruju doesn't start, I don't think.
Yeah, that's a given. But I mean, they had a game this week. They're on fire now, and they played like trash in the MLS this year. So we don't know what we're gonna get from them. But I feel like we should put out our best lineup, barring Arujo. But I mean, there's just no one there to fill the spots. So, 1 p.m. game too. They haven't opened the roof yet this season, and if they do it this game, everyone's gonna be blinded. But I would like to see that. But yeah, another Sunday game. I don't know about the Sunday games. They're not my favorite, but
With New England, they've been really inconsistent. I mean, I was actually looking at their games this season. They haven't won away from home this season yet. So I don't want to say we're gonna be the first ones, but hopefully that keeps on going to the point where we're able to get 3 points. I don't know, man. I just feel like at times we just try to play so pretty that we just forget like the little simple things. At times there has been more of like the little individual errors that have caused like there was a play yesterday, and I mean I don't want to point out like specific players, but there was a play where Rossetto like passed the ball back, I believe in the first half, and like I think it was somewhat in our defensive half, and he passed it to one of the Nashville players, and the Nashville player just like took off, and he had plenty of space, and I don't remember if he got the shot off or something, but it's just little things like that we just really haven't had that concentration throughout the whole 90 minutes, which that's been the issue. I mean, we've played good, maybe for 45 minutes, 60 minutes, but I mean, like this season, and I feel like even 80% of last season, we have not accomplished that to where we're able to put up a good performance 90 minutes or 90 plus minutes of the game. So first time for everything. Yeah. I mean, you just never know, man, with Atlanta. We've said this here before. I mean, it's just to the point where we're unpredictable, man. I mean, either we come out on our A game or we're just a mixture, man. Like I was thinking of this earlier, Earl, like watching the Atlanta United game, dude, it's like a roller coaster of emotions. Like, 1 minute either you're like winning or like you could be losing, and then like we pull off this comeback, or we're winning and then we blow a lead and end up losing. So you just never know
like
what
a
the hell you're
box
gonna
of
get.
chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just think score first and then keep scoring. Don't change the way you play. I feel like that's got to be the message this week. Just keep going. Don't stop.
Offense is the best defense. It is.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, I know you're trying to take the season, right, and try to be like, okay, well, we were playing on Sunday, but we're playing here. They started their best lineup. Nashville started their best lineup. But Atlanta blinked first, right? Like they took out all their guys, and granted they were tired. A lot of them were very tired, and they, I thought Moreno definitely could have played a little bit more. But like I said, Amada just looked exhausted. But you take all these guys out. Nashville didn't. They kept all their stars in. and Atlanta blinked first, and they were looking too much. I think that, which surprises me, that Pineda was more looking towards Sunday because he's got a huge boner for the Open Cup, right? Like he's won it as a coach, player, like he's talked about it to death about how important it is for him, and I mean, he took his guys out early, and I could get it. You're up 2-0, and you shouldn't blow a lead like that, but you did. I mean, I hope that it's a learning lesson, and if we make the playoffs or not, I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs this year. I'm hoping so, but if you get deeper into the season or next year or whatever, and you make the playoffs or next year Open Cup, you're learning. And like he's a coach. Like I think that we kind of forget that he's never been a head coach ever, right? And that he's gonna mess up. And rookie coaches in any sport tend to make some real boner moves, like in their games, right? Like they just struggle at certain times, and I think this was one of them, 100%. Like he didn't know what to do. He thought he was good. He changed the lineup up. He tried to park the bus, and as we learned with the Heinze, when Heinze tried to, I mean, sorry, Heinze did the exact opposite though. He attacked nonstop, and then they scored. So like people were complaining. We parked the bus, and then with Heinze, we were complaining because he was trying to get the third goal, and both of them failed. So what do you do now? Not my coach. Get out of here.
Yeah, high bind this one. It's no good. Oh,
Nah, but I mean, without a doubt, I mean, it's just the fact that I don't know, when Pineda was brought in, I mean, and I think I've mentioned this before. I mean, they sold us like he was this tactical mastermind, and Pineda has proven that he's definitely not that. I mean, against top teams and even so-called lower quality teams like Charlotte, Cincinnati, Montreal recently. I mean, it's been, I don't know. He just hasn't really proven, obviously, that he's like head coach material. But I don't know, man. I mean, he could definitely turn it around if we have somewhat close to 100% healthy squad. But I mean, if some moves are also made, and right now, once the window opens up, the transfer window opens up, I think July 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a gamble whether we bring in the right guys, and that Mulroney move was worth it. I don't know, man. It's just you're hoping for something to actually work, and it's not. I mean, it's not like the season has gone to waste, man. I mean, I don't know the way that the Eastern Conference is right now, man. I mean, we're sitting in 7th spot, but yet again. Let me just check real quick. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulty. Yeah, well, I don't know what happened to Tommy.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
Some jerk was mowing the lawn. I had to come inside.
Yeah, I'm like, he teleported himself. What the fuck?
Is that the Christmas tree I see there?
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is what I was drinking last night.
Oh, wow. That'll work.
It was a rough one. It was a rough one.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Bring
I
in
was
Miguel
saying,
Herrera. Get out of here. Oh god.
Oh boy, what are we doing, guys? We can start talking about managers next year. It's only May. We're still on for a supportership.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I was.
It's only May. It's only May.
I was gonna start mentioning that. I mean, we're sitting in 7th place right now. We have 14 points, and first place Philadelphia has 19 points. I mean, that's a 5-point difference. I mean, that's nothing. That's nothing, honestly. I mean,
we're good.
We overreact for the specific results at in the game. It's not like we're like, oh, the season's gone to waste. Like we're not gonna do anything. If the right pieces are brought in, and eventually we're able to put up like the physical and mental aspects to put up a whole 90 minutes of good. And good soccer. I mean, we're gonna be in a good position. I mean, aiming for that home playoff spot is definitely I feel like a quote unquote the expectation for Atlanta United. I mean, I don't know about supportership. I really don't know. I mean, unless we go freaking ham on the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, we're better now. I mean, in March we had like seven points from 90 plus minute, and now I feel like we're starting to see it really turn up. And I don't think we're gonna have to deal with that terrible team back in the day of March. I mean, we are so much different these past 2 weeks, and I can just clearly tell that we're gonna be different from that team earlier in the season, and especially when we get the best player in world football back in Joseph Martinez, we're steamrolling. And it's only May. We have so much time, and everyone's worrying. And deep breaths. We got this. There's still a long time.
going to waste, man. Nope.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
nope,
Just
it
turn my
hasn't.
my live on my phone.
That's fine.
No, but I mean,
Well, I was going to
go
say,
ahead,
like, I
Tommy.
agree. Like, there's a lot of changes that can definitely be made, and like, if you bring in a center back that potentially fits you better, then you can go sell Franco and in the off season, right? Like, if it doesn't work, like, I don't know, I'm kind of iffy on Franco, but like, you could definitely
Okay.
make some moves to whatever you want, because honestly, I think Miles Robinson now is going to be here for much longer, right? Like, I don't think he's going to be sold. At this point, like, he's going to come back from the surgery. You're not going to get, oh boy, here we go, that Franco lover in here. But I mean, there's I mean, there's could be some changes here that come definitely during this window. Common Tommy L. Oh man, getting bullied by a 12-year-old.
Yep, here
Dang
he
it!
comes.
Here it comes. Are the street lights on? I think you need to go to sleep there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's Thursday night. I forgot it's still school night.
He's got school tomorrow, man.
He's got Couldn't be me.
Nah,
but like, I mean, definitely you got to look at like. I hope they don't just make reactionary moves, because what's the biggest reactionary move in this franchise? Jurgen Damm. And look where that went. They signed him to a 27-year contract, gave him a lifelong key pass to the training facility, and the dude never leaves. Like, that's a reactionary move, right? So I mean, that's something that I don't want them making a total reactionary move here that could potentially screw your lineup again, because that definitely happened, and it's happened before. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with these two moves. And long as they get the U22 spot, that's the question: is what are they going to use the U22 spot for? And that's going to be the interesting. Is it a winger, or is it going to be a center back? And
or this guy.
Oh no!
Come
Don't
on.
tell me you brought that out.
Yes.
That's worse than my
0-3.
Jurgen Damm jersey.
0-3 in this kit, by the way, when I wear it, including last night. It's so beautiful. NYCFC and a bunch of other stuff. So.
Please tell me you got that from China and it was like $10.
Oh yeah, it was cheap.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
nice.
got worried.
It was like 40. It's authentic though. With our worst kit in history, by the way.
Agreed. 100% agree with that.
But it's lovely in person if you have like gold pants. You should get some gold pants. Though I'll be a real superstar.
I only wear those at the club, so.
Oh, fancy.
Well, I'll be crying at the club on Sunday night, so it's fine.
But what do you think their ceiling is for the season? Like, at this point where you are, with the injuries, I mean, you've lost 3 significant players for the year. You don't know what Joseph's going to be. What do you think the ceiling is?
We can win the Champions League. I mean, dude,
Champions League?
Realistically,
what?
Man. What?
We're not talking about Real Madrid or Liverpool, bro. What?
You just froze me there. I'm just saying this team is still fantastic. We have the best players, and this summer we're gonna have another amazing summer, like always. We never mess up, and we're fine.
Are you just screwing with us at this point?
No, I'm actually.
I feel like you're messing with us, bro.
I'm like the happiest fan in this.
Is Ashton Kutcher behind you? Are you?
This fan base is terrible. I hate it. Everyone is so mad, and I'm just the one happy guy.
No, I'm like in the middle. I'm in the middle of your optimism and completely away from Zilfs or whatever where he's at.
That's
like
pessimism. Yeah, that's terrible.
I mean, I
can't
think
do
there's
that.
an opportunity to get better, and I think that they can. But you know, I kind of almost looked at this season, and it's bad to look at it this way because you spend so much money on this team, is that you're still trying to figure out how this team works, right? And still trying to figure out what is your lineup. And Pineda doesn't have his players. Like, I think coaches want to bring in their own guys. Look at Frank DeBoer. He literally destroyed this team to try to get his players, right? You got Emerson Hyman, who worked very well with him, but then he got rid of, LGP, got rid of Tito. Like, he went and got rid of all these players because they didn't fit his team and tried to bring in his guys. Well, I mean, that didn't work. And then, Heinze brings in a couple of his guys. And now Pineda, I mean, the one guy that he specifically asked for just scored a hat trick. Like, I think that it's a slow process of moving it over, but I don't know. I see the Pineda outs, and especially in this chat by someone specific.
It's sad. It's sad. I don't like it.
But I think that we're becoming a joke of a franchise if we just keep replacing the coach. And I think that all these years we've said that it's been a 2-year plan, right? Like, technically, you had Tata, who was signed for 2 years, right? And they tried to bring him back, and he didn't want to. So fine, whatever. Then Frank DeBoer, I think, was supposed to be a long-term plan, but it was also like a 2-year thing, 2-year contract, and then they extended it, and no, he didn't extend it. They just fired him in the second year. And then Heinze was a 2-year plan. And like, there were already rumors, even when Atlanta United was complete garbage at the beginning of the season, there were already rumors of teams looking to sign him. Like, and this 2-year plan is ridiculous. And you look at the franchises that have consistent success are ones that have consistent management, like a consistent team manager. And that's what we're trying for Pineda. And I think that despite us putting so much money into this team, and it is frustrating, I get it, but like, he's learning too. And we have a very young team. And Pineda said it yesterday, we do have a very young team. We're still one of the youngest teams in MLS. And some of your best players are young. Almada's young. Like, he's going to get better. He's going to get a lot better. So I don't think
another one.
Yeah, I mean, all the guys, Ibarra.
Yeah.
I mean, Ibarra's young. I mean,
Cisneros, which, I mean, he's still questionable whether he's going to be staying as well.
And it's nice that he says that he wants to. Like, it seems like he definitely likes the team and he likes being here because he's actually getting minutes. We'll see what happens with Joseph. But I mean, you have still a very young team, and that's why losing Ozzy and losing Guzan is just devastating them, because you don't have enough veterans on this team to calm your guys down. Like, you could see Lorenowitz, you could see Parkhurst and Garza. Like, those are the guys that when you were playing those big important games and maybe their team scored a goal to tie it up or whatever, they were the ones that got everybody back on track, yelling at everybody to get there. We don't have that now. And it's good that we're building leaders out of these young guys. It sucks that Robinson got hurt because he was going to be one of the leaders. I thought it was interesting that Rossetto had the captain's armband. I didn't know who was going to get it, to be honest. And I was happy that, I guess it was him. I mean, I think that he's going to be here for a while, and I really liked what I've seen from him this season. I mean, he's definitely one of my most improved players, at least from the team last year. I don't know if there's a lot of Rossetto haters here, but I think that he's done better. He's a hater of every player somewhere in this chat, I'm sure. But I've liked what he's done. But like, it's a young team, and I'm hoping, we don't win the cup or whatever. That's fine. But we need to make the playoffs. They need to get playoff experience in that game, and then make the moves that you need to. And this is going to be, I said it last week and I said it the week before, this is going to be the biggest offseason in Atlanta United history, because you have to make a decision on Joseph. And I don't think they're going to make the decision, but if he comes back and he's complete garbage and he can't play anymore, you are going to have to make the toughest decision ever, because he ain't playing in MLS. If you're a DP and you're not playing, you destroy the team. Like, it just completely hurts you. And I don't think the team has the balls to cut him. But like I said last week, like the Falcons, they didn't have the balls to get rid of Julio for a very long time, even though he kept asking for money. They didn't have the balls to get rid of the general manager or Dan Quinn. And I mean, I think that It's exactly what he says here. Do what's right for the team, and unfortunately, and he's my favorite player. He's one of the reasons why I got into soccer. I didn't like soccer until 5 years ago. Joseph Martinez. Like, I will be so upset if he goes. But honestly, it might be better for the squad if he comes back from this other surgery and he's still struggling. It's best for the team that he goes. And he wants more money. Like and like
Yeah.
he's saying that he wants contract extensions that that are higher than what he makes now. What world do you live in? Like, that's not, you're not playing to that level right now. And I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope we talk about this in September, that he's scored 8 games in a row, but I just don't see it at this point.
No, he absolutely will. Because I mean, ugh, back to it again. We played terrible earlier in the season, and now we have this. We finally figured it out. There's so much more service. There's everything, and I feel like it can only go right. But yeah, if he doesn't, then if he's like, I still want to be a DP, no thanks. We'll build you a statue. There you go. Get out of here.
And he said
But
he will not take a pay cut for this squad. I mean, he said that in Felipe's article, that he will not take it.
Felipe, man, killing me. But yeah, what you said about veterans is bang on. And with Pineda, this is what we all said when he got hired. This is a process. This guy's made for the MLS to be here for a long time. I don't care if he is a terrible manager the rest of the season. He's not leaving until midway through next season, at the least. If all goes wrong, I think what we needed for this process, and to bring in an MLS guy. And on De Boer, he almost won a treble. My manager. Thank you.
Well, you know what? I mean, I can't argue with the De Boer that he did it, but also, if that was not for Joseph Martinez, that team wins nothing, because he literally took that team on his back when everything was a complete hell, and he scored how many games in a row? It was like a ridiculous amount.
Legendary.
Like 15, 17 games in a row.
And every game we won like 1-0. Like, that was kind of what it was. It was like win 1-0, win 1-0.
Bro, not even Ronaldo can even brag about that. Like, seriously, I was looking at a stat that he's like actually second behind Messi, because Messi's got like 21 games that he scored like in consecutive in the league. I mean, we're talking about worldwide now. I mean, that's crazy. The fact that Joseph is in that conversation up there.
He's like on his game. He's one of the best players in MLS history, and he's still climbing up that goal chart. And I just believe in him, man. Even though I'm not the biggest Joseph lover, I'm not these fans that are sentimental about Franco Escobar and what are we doing. But he's just that guy. He's got it in him where he can just take over. And especially with the play now, everything's clicking. Cisneros had really good chances yesterday. And if Joseph's on that, he looks good. Because Cisneros, he looks a bit awkward sometimes. I don't. But Joseph's just, if he's in front of goal, he's not missing sometimes.
Cisneros looks like a vampire.
Oh, dude, he's like, on that last goal, he was so awkward. I was like, okay, just slot it around, whatever.
Yeah, technically, I mean, he's not the best.
He's so blocky. He's like kind of just bulky, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, he's not the best guy, but I mean, he's definitely his pace, can definitely hurt you. That definitely looks like something that terrifies you. Yeah, no, but I mean, big shout out to CR7 and the real CR7 here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. He also does the salute. That's an interesting celebration. I saw that he did like the salute after every goal. I'm like, I don't like Mukhtar, but yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
he's cool.
Yeah, Josh saying Ronaldo's movement and pace is good, but he's not the best finishing, even though he's
just awkward. I feel.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, 2 of his goals were quite interesting in that game, but I don't want to get into it. So
yeah,
we love him. He's better than, besides Kubo Torres, the best backup we've had in a long time. So.
Oh no, and Adam John. You've got Adam John.
The header that just flew over the goal all season long. I love that.
Now let's get into the last subject, guys. Predictions for this weekend. What should we expect out of Atlanta United?
Had to open another beer for this one.
Anything.
Yeah, you just open up that Pandora box and just see what it throws out.
Lose 3-1.
We're scoring. Okay.
God damn, Tommy!
I always say we
You-
win. I always say we win. I always say we win, and we don't win. We lose 3-1.
Oh, dude. Okay, it's fine. We got it.
Hey, we're close.
We're on the scoring run. We're looking fantastic on this little, the first half last game, the first half the game before that. I see us keeping it rolling at home. I bet no one's gonna show up because it's 1:00 on a Sunday. I'll be there though, always. But
We're worshiping. People are worshiping at 1:00.
yeah, yes, worshiping.
Or hungover.
I'm going to be worshiping Ronaldo Cisneros hat trick. Hopefully, I don't know, but I gotta say, 4-3, 4-2, Atlanta.
It's a hell of a game on ESPN then.
Damn.
Look at
hell
Justin.
yeah.
If Taylor Twellman's on the call, we're losing 1-0. So
You know he's gonna be on there. He's
someone else maybe.
You know what? I like Twellman and
Yeah, he's cool, but
Twellman and Champion. I will tell you my favorite moment of those two is they were doing the MLS is back, and like I took the day off, and I think it was that game they played against Orlando, and they just argued about what they ate for breakfast for like the first 15 minutes. They were like talking about orange juice, and Twellman was just messing with Champion and like beating him up about his English breakfast. It was fantastic, and ever since then, I'm like, this is the greatest announcing group ever.
they did
man,
well in MLS Cup last year.
Wouldn't that be nice? That 7-0 again. Like I think we beat New England 7-0 a couple. Yeah.
Mhm. That's
Yeah,
another
so-
classic. But I mean, dude, we've created the chances to score these goals, and we got to do it. We got to lash out. It's time. And Pineda,
Yeah,
I said it.
I'm gonna come up with something crazy, man. I'm gonna say we win 4-0.
Yes.
I say 4-0, man.
I love it.
Same thing. I feel like the offense. If we come out with a decent attack, I feel like we're gonna have a good shot of putting up goals, and I don't know, just bold 4-0.
Because we're looking good. We're here. We are here. And
Yeah.
I don't know what kit we're wearing. I'm obviously on that kit tracker. I got to figure that out, but it's probably the home one. So
I will tell you in 1 second.
it's usually on their Twitter header. That's where I get it all.
Yeah, it's the home jersey.
Not my favorite, but yeah, I mean, dude, the chances are always there, and boy, I don't know. I gotta like telepath to 3:00 on Sunday and how I'm gonna feel walking out of there, but
It's gonna feel good after a win.
Yeah, I hope the Red fans.
what Revs fan, Joshua? Like what?
Yeah,
How many
exactly.
Revs fans are
I
there?
have yet to met a
Stuart Holden, is
Revolution.
that the only Revs fan? Or wait, did he even play for us? Or is that Twellman?
I don't
Dropping
know,
knowledge.
but honestly, man, I'm just hoping that we don't look like we did in the second half, and that we actually.
We learned from that.
I don't know, man.
That's why I said
I'm one of those that I rather die fighting than die just sitting back and just kind of letting it sit and happen. So I don't know, man. Like we were saying earlier, offense is the best defense, and hopefully once the goals start coming in, the opportunities, they're able to rack them up and just able to put the game away as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, Pineda's done it 2 games in a row where we've been up and he's played negative in the second half, but I feel like he's learned from it now. I believe he learned from the mistakes from March and April, and now it's time to go and learn from.
But we've
these
seen the
things.
complete opposite in 2 years, right? Like we saw Heinze try to get the third goal, right, and completely screwed them. And he did it twice last year. I think it was Philadelphia and Nashville. Nashville was at home. I don't remember. I think Philly was the Philly game was. I think it was at home too.
Yeah,
I think so. So like he blew two goal leads by trying to get the third goal, and then we've got Pineda who just tried to park the bus, which I think is in a different situation because he obviously knew that this other game was coming up on on Sunday. I don't think you normally do that if it's just a normal game. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, if he gets back into this situation, what do we do? But like, I don't know. It seemed like when earlier, Tata, and even like some of the freight board teams, like, I mean, some of the games, like when they got up, it was like teams knew they were getting a third goal scored against them because they were trying to score goals and they just couldn't, and we just countered. And it was just easy tap ins for Joseph, right? Like, I mean, it was just easy from there. But like, we don't have that anymore, and I think some of it just depends on speed. Like, we don't have speed at all. I don't think that we're a very fast team anymore.
Yeah,
Jurgen down.
Rip. We also
R.I.P. to the homies.
Yes, send one for
Shout out to the training ground.
Yeah.
Oh, he is still there. Yes.
You think he's like a ghost in there, and like while you're working out, and like nobody else is there, like Joseph's there late at night, just, rehabbing, and you just hear, "Tom," and then he just shows up, and he's running fast, like he's running so fast, he's like a ghost, and you can't even see him. Like these are things I think about at like 2 a.m. after an Atlanta United loss.
I can't.
And my wife's just looking at me, wondering if I'm on drugs.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting in trouble. Now. I need to calm down.
Nah, I mean, man, it's just we have somebody else that comment here on the predictions. The Revs get a red card within the first 10 minutes, and we score 4 goals in the first half and concede 1 in the second. I mean, you would think that they will
late in the second too.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. I'm just hoping for an overall like good performance. Like I said, I don't care if we lose, man. I really don't. But just don't make it seem like you're not trying. Like you're not putting in the effort. Like that's really what it comes down to me specifically. Like make it seem like you're actually wanting to win and wanting to actually get shots on goal, like wanting to be clinical. So that's what it really comes down to for me specifically. But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens this weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be doing something Sunday before the game, so I don't know if we'll be doing Twitter Spaces, but
I won't be there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an early game, and I don't know if I've even got plans, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I know I missed out on the Dirty Soccer Style thing yesterday. It was pretty late.
I legitimately fell asleep. I fell asleep like I was talking, and I hit the mute button, and I was out. I woke up, and my headphones made the noise. I was so tired after that game. I was like emotionally exhausted. And I woke up, and I looked, and I was like, I hope I wasn't snoring on Spaces, and apparently I did. I didn't get yelled at this morning, so I think I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, man. We're just talking about getting the 3 points after the game on Sunday.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to, man. I just want 3 points. That's all I'm asking for.
We gotta die for them too.
I want to see the attack continue. Like I mean, that's one of the main things. I just want to see them continue to get the scoring opportunities. Like we've seen it, and obviously they scored, but like we need to keep it up. And possibly without Ariel playing, it's going to be very interesting to see what this line. And if Caleb Wiley's not there, it could get a little scary, for sure. Where Machop Chol is, but I mean Eric Lopez probably sees some time here, and I know some people really. I'm not sorry, Eric Lopez.
What?
Damn it, I'm looking at what's his face. Tyler Wolf. Tyler Wolf, the other 12-year-old of the team.
Yeah. Well, I think with Arujo out, it's gonna be a lot more on Brooks London, and he obviously showed up against Chicago, so I hope he continues that. And that's what on the first goal with Moreno and Gutman, that's what I like to see with our fullbacks, not when they get the ball and then they cut and then do nothing. So,
I mean, we really don't have that much depth on that left side. I mean, Tyler Wolf is the only solution, honestly, at this point, unless Wiley's available to, have some minutes.
I mean, I'm fine with Wiley coming off the bench in the second half and starting Tyler Wolf.
Yeah.
And then if you're not winning, and hopefully you're not losing, then in the second half you could bring Arujo and Wiley in for a really good attack.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a challenge, for Atlanta. like I said earlier, definitely, especially on the wings, is going to be crucial. Whoever starts on the wing on that left side, I mean, just stopping the attack is going to be crucial. I don't know, man. I don't even know
Shout
what
out
to
to
think
Emerson
about it.
Hyndman too. I like Emerson.
Yes,
I thought
we
Emerson
love him.
had a good
Yeah, man, I
a good
forgot he
moment.
actually that we forgot to mention him.
The schnoz, yeah, the schnoz is great,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he hasn't had the best start this season, but last night he played very well.
I mean
Um,
he led to that goal for Brooks Lennon on that fourth goal of
yeah,
Chicago.
I like that from our center mids. I'll go more in depth of it now. Like Rossetto made that run for Moreno earlier, where Moreno would usually cut out and take a shot. Rossetto made that run, and Hyman did the same thing, and it worked out again. I like that from our center mids, especially. But I think Rossetto's got that spot. But I hope Hyman takes it over because Hyman's one of my favorites. So.
Man, we still have Sosa in the mix. I mean, he's not even starting, and I mean,
Yeah, he's
what are
our
you gonna do
holder.
with him?
I'm
Well,
fine with
he
him.
could play center back,
I mean,
and
yeah, that's what we talked about earlier.
Ibarra in
Like,
front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if
I don't
you're
mind that.
Ibarra's forcing Sosa onto
Oh,
the bench right now, and I'm okay with that. I like Sosa. I think that he still has some improvement. That's why he's one of the U22 spots. Like he's still obviously young and picking things up. But I mean, Ibarra is also one of those guys, and they're both learning their craft. They're getting the playing time here. So if you're desperate and you get to that moment, um, Sosa could come in and be a closer. I mean, you could keep Ibarra and Sosa in late in the game. I mean, bring Sosa in late to help defend. I mean, he could play the George Campbell role. Like Campbell last season would come in late many games, like around the 75th minute, and just help out on defense. But he wouldn't be a center back. He'd be in the midfield. Like, I mean, if they're both out there helping, it can't hurt.
yeah,
But like we had that closer lineup, and it didn't work very well last year. But sometimes it worked when Campbell came in. He definitely helped shut things down. Like you need to figure out what your closing roster looks like at the end of a game to figure that out. I mean, I think that's just very important. I think that they need to figure that out late in games. Like, who are your subs to come in? Like, I think early Atlanta United teams always had like those set guys that would come in at the end of the game. It's like, all right, close it out, guys. Like, you might not be our best players, but you're good at defense. Let's just hold them back, make sure no goals go in. But they haven't figured that out yet.
yeah. I mean, Ibarra is my favorite DM until he gets his inevitable red card. So I'll wait for it. He's gonna 2-foot somebody one day. So I'll be there for it.
They probably deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thanks to Alan. Not Alan. Alex Edwards. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking of. Alan Franco still.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but then we also have a comment here, Josh, saying Sosa was better under Heinze. Yeah, I mean, we don't know how long he was dealing with that hernia as well, so
There you
that's
go.
a big factor. That's a big factor, dude.
He was good until he got injured, right? Like he was good.
Yeah.
But early on though, he was making some cross passes that were just amazing. They were
Yeah.
they were at like, I mean, they were always like completely on target every single time. And I was like, oh man, he's good. And then like, I don't know when the injury happened because he played through it for a little bit. Then he left and then came and played through it a little bit more. So I don't know. Oh, he says he loves me. Thank you. Put that up there. Keep it up there for the rest of the thing. Yeah, there we go. W right there. I mean, Sosa. I mean, that was a fantastic start to the season for him. So who knows when the sports hernia really started getting to him? But yeah, I mean, he can only get better.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was a better offensive player than what we saw the end of the season. I mean, Sosa was so good. Jim Corton called him out in pregame interview as a player to watch. Yeah, I mean, Sosa. I mean, not just for Atlanta United, but for all of MLS. I remember watching the game in Spanish early on the season last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was against Inter Miami when Joseph scored that game when he came back. Many of the like commentators were like really talking really good things about Sosa, about being one of those like franchise players that was coming into MLS, and yeah, I mean he kind of fell off after that whole hernia thing. I mean, you just don't know hopefully he starts picking up the pace. But Sosa should play as an 8.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, but I'm just. He did score that goal against Philadelphia early in the season, but I don't think Sosa had a bad game last season, like a single bad game. He was our most consistent player. He was fantastic all year. I love him.
Yeah. So, guys, I don't know if you specifically have anything else to add. All I have to add is go Atlanta United and hope that we get the 3 points. Hope that we're having a positive conversation after the game. And hey, by the way, I like that US kit.
Yeah, the 94.
I like that 94. Yeah, I like that, man.
No, he's the best kid ever. I had to call up China to get it for me. They did a good job. I like it.
Oh, I thought you meant China the wrestler.
Oh, no. This is China.
You know who that is? Oh, okay.
No, I'm not a wrestler. Yeah. That's all you.
Yeah, but definitely, man. I like that kit. That's without a doubt I think that's probably the best USA kit. Yeah,
clearly the popsicle one, the ice pop one from 2014. Everyone says it's great. I don't really like it.
Like the ones that the Tommy was showing something right now that was popping too.
The wrestler, yeah.
She might have been a man. I don't know. That was...
Yeah, I could have gotten Lawless kid.
Yeah, I could have gotten Lawless on the back, but I decided not to be a dummy. So, or I could have gotten. Wasn't Wijnaldum on that team? Wijnaldum follows me on Twitter, so we're best friends. I don't know.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. James, I don't know if you want to hop on with us next week. Hopefully, we do something. Hopefully, we're not in a shitty mood and just talking.
I like the 7:30. Like earlier than 7:30 is probably not the best for me, but whatever you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we just really come up with like whatever times we have available, or just whatever works, But we'll see what happens next week, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, dude. Thank you, James, for being on here. I don't know if you want to give out your Twitter again. Same with you, Tommy.
Yeah, Kyle Miss 26. All you losers follow me anyway. So, yeah. Hopefully I did well. Invite me back next week. And if you didn't like me, I will happily sit and chat with all the fun.
Nah, man. I gotta wear my sunglasses next week. That's what I gotta do.
Dude. I was feeling good today after a beautiful game last night. I was feeling fantastic. And I had the Open Cup, the US, and man.
All right, well, Tommy, I don't know if you want to say something before we head out, man.
Let's go Ducks 96.
Go Canes. Sorry.
Canes? Like the hockey team?
Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm not against them. But yeah, check us out on Dirty South Soccer. We're doing post-game spaces, so
yeah, I'll be there.
And let's all just take a moment and just remember Jurgen Damm's the best player that's ever played for this team.
We can totally agree on that. We can totally agree. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you to everyone that's been on the comments. Thank you guys that have been here, Tommy and James, and we'll see you guys next week.
3 beers. It's just 3 beers.
Juices, my people.
Bye, Zoph.